Loves Horses. I'm Allie, this is Noah, and today we're going to do a dewormer. So horses get parasites called worms, and they ingest them when they graze on grass that's been contaminated by other horses' fecal samples that are containing the eggs or the little baby larvae of the worms. And horses, when they get them, they swallow them, they get into their intestines, and then these parasites will replicate, they'll grow, and they cause all sorts of problems. They steal nutrition from the horse because since they're parasites, they use what the horse eats, and they'll actually break that down, use that for their own food, and then the poor horse isn't getting any of that food. Additionally, they attach to the inside linings of the intestine and sometimes even in the stomach, and they can cause all sorts of damage to those organs. And so you want to make sure that you're treating your horse regularly for these parasites to get rid of them before they cause any of those problems. And so the way that you do that is with a deworming paste. So you can see here, this is Ivermectin is what we've gotten. And as part of your worming schedule, you want to use different types of dewormers, because they have different spectrums. So they get rid of different types of parasites. So you might do Ivermectin the first time, and then do Strongyl the second time. There's all different kinds. So you want to talk to your vet about which ones you want to rotate through, what schedule is good for your horse in your area. So for where we live, we worm every 8 weeks from March 1st until November 1st. So it gets cold enough in the winter that we don't have to worry about the worms surviving because everything dies in the winter. But you again need to talk to your vet about what will be most appropriate for your horse. So every 8 weeks for us. So here's what the wormer paste looks like. You've got a little syringe and you're going to eject it. And there are little markings, so if you've got a little pony, you can adjust it down, but paste sort of gets everywhere, so sometimes it's good just to give them the whole tube. So pop the tube off, cap off. You want to also make sure that your horse doesn't have food in his mouth. So if he's been eating, give him a chance to chew, swallow, get rid of that. So maybe 10-15 minutes after he's stopped eating something. And then you don't want him to eat right afterward because he needs to swallow all the paste. And so if you let him have food right afterward, the paste will stick to the food and he can spit it back out. So what helps, if you hold your horse's halter, stick your thumb in his mouth so it opens up. So open up all the way to the back of the mouth, squirt it in. Make sure you get it all off the syringe. So he got a little left on the syringe, so we'll just put that in there. Come on, there you go. And just hold his head up so that he swallows it. Some horses are really good at holding it and they'll just spit it back out again. So you want to hold it up there, just make sure he gets it all down. Good man, good boy, yeah. You're such a good man. So that's how you deworm a horse. So we'll let him sit and swallow that before we give him any treats. Sometimes horses won't eat treats afterward either because they don't taste very good. You can see him not really like the flavor. But it's good for them, keeps them healthy. So something else to consider, Noah spoils us because he's so well behaved, so we can just clip him into a tie and do this no problem. But you probably don't want to have your horse clipped into something. You don't want him in cross ties or tied to a hitching post or something like that, because if he tries to get away from the dewormer, because it doesn't taste very good, and he backs up, you don't want him hitting the end of that rope and then really pulling, because that's when horses can hurt themselves in that major tug of war. And so several things that you can do is you can do it in a stall so that he doesn't have anywhere to go and he can just back into a corner. Or if you're in an aisle like this, you can have your lead rope just so draped over your arm. You don't want to put it through a loop like this, because if he pulls, that wraps around your arm. If you have it just draped over your arm and then you just hold the end of his halter here, then you can go for it, and if he needs to back up, you can let go and just hold the rope. He has his room to back up, and then you can bring him back again. Another option is to have a buddy hold him, and then somebody can hold him, manage his head while you're doing the syringe. So those are all things to consider while worming your horse so that you keep both of you safe.
Thanks for watching this video. Help My Daughter Loves Horses. Check out our website for more.